Well, 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 we're about ready to begin the second half of football and our final half of the entire day here. And it's been a great 12 hours or so of youth football. Hasn't been so great in the first half for the West. Now, the good news is they'll get the ball to begin the second half, but they're down 26-0 to the red-clad Eastern Stars. With Ralph Brown, I'm Randy Rosenbluth. Ralph, really, what was the difference in the first half? I mean, the East just performed beautifully, but why were they so good?
Well, it's just so much strength and athleticism on both sides of the ball with the East Red team on the outside with Creech on the special teams and defense with Hernandez, and then on the offense as well. That offensive line has been doing a tremendous job, and those running backs, Hernandez. This team is very good. Defensive line linebackers at every level, they're hard to stop.
Caden Littleford's performance on defense was terrific as well. Stein has it teed up, and the West will get the football as we begin the back half. Final 24 minutes of action, and here is the electrifying Hunter Williams. Hunter Williams takes it out across the 40-yard line. You hold your breath every time he latches onto the pigskin. Hunter Williams, who had amazing numbers for the Agoura Chargers. You almost ask yourself, maybe they should get the ball a few more times to Hunter Williams.
Oh, he's a threat in an open field, and when he touches the ball, he's a quick runner. He's like, once he gets into his second step, he's almost full speed already, and you see it on that football field. He's been doing that this entire season, and he's very dangerous. You want to get the ball in your playmakers' hands, and if the Blue All-Stars want to get back into this, he's one of the guys they want to tap into.
Well, they're 4 scores down, 26 points as we begin the third quarter. Shamblin is the signal caller at the start. Remember, he's alternated with Gulbranson. And Shamblin up the middle, across the 50. Give him the 45. He rides it down to the 42-yard line. Ty Shamblin, nice effort.
And this is the smart playmaking ability you get from Shamblin. He pulls this ball right back out from the belly, the running back, and he squirts out for a nice positive gain on the play, weaving in and out of traffic. And it's up to him to orchestrate and use his legs to get this offense started.
Let us tell you that William Huizinga has checked in as a running back, and he is a bruising back at 6'1" and 200 pounds. Wears number 12 in blue, Huizinga. He's blocking for Shamblin, and Shamblin cuts it back the other way, and there he goes. He's off to the races, down the sideline, to the 10, to the 9. It's first and goal.
And that's back-to-back plays for the quarterback, Shamblin, and you love to see his vision. That's what his players and coaches like about this quarterback. Once he gets going, that vision, backside, cuts back and gets that positive yard and breaks out for 2 great plays and puts his team in scoring position.
Great adjustment by the coaching staff to bring William Huizinga on, young man from Simi Valley. Use him as a blocking back. Now there's a timeout called by the defense of the East, and the West is alive here, Ralph Brown.
Nice adjustments at halftime, and the Blue All-Stars, they know it starts with Shamblin. So good job by the right side of that offensive line as well, dictating terms, and cutback lane by Shamblin. If he over-pursued, he's going to find it, and he did on that play.
What do they call him, Ramblin' Shamblin? He's been rambling in this third quarter. Well, Ty Shamblin trying to orchestrate an early third quarter score. His football team is back 26 points, but that's not going to deter his effort. Ty played for the North Oxnard Warriors during the regular season. He is one of the captains. He's 5'8", and he's bulked up to 155 pounds. And again, he reminds me of Steve Young. Great quarterback in the NFL for many, many years. And Shamblin is out there trying to finish off the drive. They need points. 10:47 left in the third quarter, so they've gotten down there in 1 minute and 13 seconds. It hadn't taken long. Run near side. Not a whole lot there. Defense hunkering down. Not a bad idea to get it to Bruce Mathis-Powell of the Ventura Packers. A violent runner is Mathis-Powell. Able to take the contact and move forward. That's what you like about a running back, and he does it well. Second down and goal. Shamblin to the air. Incomplete. Again, the protection started to break down, and Ty had to throw it a little bit early.
That's how it's been this entire evening. That defensive line, Owen Hand, getting into the backfield, and he causes Shamblin to hurry this throw. He's just off the mark, and you get to the outside with Cafaro. If he catches this, there would have been a couple yards away from the end zone. That defensive line, give him credit for rushing the pass from Shamblin.
Well, Titus Luty's done a terrific job, the left tackle on this drive on some of those scramble run plays. Now Shamblin's throwing into the end zone. Post pattern, no good, incomplete, no flag. Going to bring up a fourth down. Again, solid defense on the back end. Shamblin put it out there where it was a catchable ball, but unfortunately was not reeled into and out of the hands of Ryan Morales.
And Wyatt plays the offensive side of the ball at the quarterback, and he plays that wildcat, but he's a good cornerback as well. Stuck in the hip pocket of Morales on that slant pattern, played it properly, put that right hand over the top and broke that ball up.
Well, down 26, here's fourth and goal. They need this one here. Shamblin, pressured, running near side. Extends the play, throws it back across the grain, incomplete, low to the ground. Unfortunately, he did all he could, but he couldn't just muster enough energy to throw that into the end zone and get the touchdown. And the defense of the East, the red-clad Stars, has held.
Nice job once again getting Shamblin off his spot, but that defensive line under duress. He escapes the pocket. If he could have just stood and delivered a strike on the outside to Rodriguez, this could have been a touchdown. That defense creates that throw just short.
Well, the East starts 91 yards away. Creech is in the backfield with Johnson. Takes that quick pitch. And Creech scissoring upfield, cutting up the defense. Across the 25 into the 27, and he has a first down. A run of 18 yards.
Well, I like to watch Creech run the football, and he's a physical runner, but he slips blocks. He's very deceptive with the way he runs the football. And this entire evening, especially in that first kickoff return, he showed that explosive downhill speed. He breaks tackles as well on that first down.
We may meet him later with Charlie Downey. He's certainly in the conversation for MVP. Creech, J.D. Hernandez, Zach Johnson. There's a lot of candidates all on the eastern side with this huge 26-0 lead. Clock is running with 9:15 to play in the third quarter. Well, you know the West is kicking itself. They had a first and goal at the 10 and got stymied. Quick pitch. Walker running with it. That's Tyler Walker of the Eagles, and he turned it upfield. There's a pair of threes. Stein's the kicker, Walker's the running back, and that was Walker.
You put a collection of guys in this backfield for the East Red team. You got to give credit to that offensive line. We haven't spoken about them a lot. They take great angles, get off the ball very well, and they latch on. They have committed blocks throughout every play. This is what has allowed Hernandez, and on that play, Walker, to get down the field for that positive game.
Yeah, Sean Adams of Canyon of the Outlaws at 5'5" in that front with a good block there. Johnson to the air, has an open target. This is too easy for the East, and another touchdown. Drew Munoz, we talked about him earlier. He's another candidate for MVP. That's his second touchdown catch of the night.
Well, they established that line of scrimmage with the run game, those big breakout runs, and then on the play, Johnson with the play action goes backside to Munoz with a straight line speed, delivers a rainbow to him down the bucket, does a job, beats the corner up top for the end zone.
Lead is ballooned to 32-0. And as always, they go for two. Hernandez breaks one tackle. Boy, is he a fighter. Still can't get, they never got him down. Play's blown dead. 2-point conversion fails, but JD never went to the ground. I guess JD, another name, just durable, huh? Couldn't get him to the turf.
That's the aptly named, JD. Just durable, like you said. And 2-point conversions. Look at his size. He's so big. Number 26 for the red team. You give him the ball, you better gang tackle him. And right there, they couldn't bring him down. A lot of fighting these guys. This is a rare group of guys. When you get so many athletic guys on one team that play this well together, it's fun to watch.
Well, the other thing here with the kickoff, it brings back into play Hunter Williams. You just sense that he may break one at any time. Wearing the white helmet, in the blue, number 24. Don't know that Cameron Stein will kick it to him. But Hunter's been dangerously close to a couple returns for scores here tonight. 8:23 left, third quarter, 32-0, East in red. In our senior division PYFL All-Star game, and it will be Hunter Williams from the 17. Hold your breath. There he goes across the 40 to the 45-yard line. A 28-yard return from Hunter Williams.
And you got to be rooting for the guy. He's from the Aurora Chargers and fast and downhill, quick and shifty at 5'6", and nearly breaks out, but he just met Owen Hand, who's been making a play on the defensive side, that defensive end spot, a sure tackler. He comes up, makes a nice tackle on Williams.
What you love about Hunter Williams is, when the ball's directed to him, everybody in the stadium gets quiet. They know that he has got the blazing speed. He's set to the near side, drawing one-on-one coverage, which is never an easy assignment. Got that Charger helmet on. Gura Chargers. He's got that emblem. He is a lightning bolt. 1st and 10, West. Gulbranson back in at quarterback. Shamblin's in his backfield. Tried to throw it to him, and it was nearly intercepted for a touchdown. That was read beautifully by your guy, Owen Hand. Now, picked up and run the other way. Was it ruled a lateral? And I think it was. No, I don't think that's the right call. It's got to be an incomplete pass. It's going to come back. But how about that play again by Owen Hand?
This is back-to-back. He's been influencing all these different plays. And this play, they considered it a lateral. Owen Hand makes the play on Williams on the kickoff return and influences that play. Nearly got an interception. But on that play, people thought it was a forward pass, and the Blue All-Stars are the beneficiary.
Yeah, odd play. They'll take the yardage. They get 8. 2nd down and 2. Can they break through? Can they get a score? Ryan Morales wide left. He's come close on a couple deep balls tonight as well. Right up the middle. There's some running room. Looked like Harrison Crowley running downfield. We were told that he would play in the backfield, number 99, and Crowley ran it hard. He's a young man that traveled a long ways to get here, played for the Sharks of Santa Barbara. I think Jake mentioned it in one of our earlier games, in the junior game, with Santa Barbara's a good 100 miles from here, from Palmdale. There's Jake Downey, wonderful play-by-play voice who did our junior game. Gulbranson back to the air. Just missed Shamblin, who was streaking into the secondary.
And this game has been about opportunities, and the West in blue haven't had a lot of opportunities this evening, but right there, Shamblin does a good job of getting by Baptiste and Gil Branson. Since he's been under duress this entire evening, he rushed that throw. Could have been a touchdown. He just couldn't get him on that play, just off the mark.
2nd down and 10. West dearly would love a score here. They're at the 36 of the East. West down by 32-0. Behind Morales. Ryan was running in and the ball was thrown out. 3rd down and 9.
This defense is so hard to move the ball on.
Just heard a screaming fan, I'd give it to 99 again. And that, of course, is Harrison Crowley, who had it the one time and ran very well with it. Maybe not a bad idea.
Well, he has that great get-off. And that 5'10", 175, you give the ball to him, and he's bigger than most of the people on the defensive side. They don't want to tackle that type of running back, and he's in the backfield once again. Let's see if they hand the ball off to the big fella on this play.
They did that a lot at Bishop Amat when you were starring it for the Lancers. Give the ball to Ralph Brown. Go Branson, airing it out. Incomplete. They are asking for a holding foul. They're not going to get one. That's a sideline on the far side from the West that right now is not pleased with the officiating crew.
A little frustrated, and I think on that play there was a little jersey tug on the outside, and you can hear the frustration from the fans in blue because they haven't gotten on a scoreboard so far this evening, and it'll be good for these players, the coaches, and the fans to see if they can muster up something on this drive.
Well, again, Morales draws one-on-one coverage near side. 4th down and 9. Cole Branson running it. I don't know that he got there. He needed 9. He made a great effort. But I think he stalled short of the first down sticks by Nathan Dodds of the Santa Clarita Redskins. It's going to be close. Now they're going to give him the forward spot. Good enough for a first down. Dodds got over there a little bit tardy. So Gulbranson got just enough to get the first down.
Every first down that they've gotten on the blue side of the ball, they've had to work for it. And right there, Dodds gets there late. And give credit to Gil Branson with his legs hustling to get that first down and keep his offense in business.
Trying to sound like a fan. Get the ball to Harrison Crowley. Well, he's not going to handle it here. He's just a blocking back. But Gulbranson throwing downfield incomplete. I think he might have crossed the line of scrimmage when he threw the ball. Really had some room in front of him.
Yeah, he has a pocket passer's mentality. Always thinking to throw the ball down the football field. Even when you have real estate out in front, still wants to make that throw down the field. And Gil Branson probably could have converted the chains if he just ran the football right there.
Now they're going to be penalized. It's a loss of down. Step off some yardage. Loss of down, step off some yardage. On the illegal forward pass. Takes it back out to the 29. It'll be 2nd down. And we'll call it 13. Shamblin split as a wide receiver. Again, we were talking about these kids and their versatility. Shamblin's played quarterback, wide receiver. He's been in a running back position. He's been in the secondary. Gulbranson again throwing downfield. He's got his man at the 19-yard line. It's quite a catch by Zach Rodriguez. Now they're going to rule it no good, apparently, because they're coming back to the line of scrimmage. I thought he made the grab.
Oh, he actually looked like it. When he caught the ball coming down on the back end, Baptiste delivered a nice shot on his back. Rodriguez just couldn't hold on to it. Nice jarring hit by the secondary player.
That really looked like a catch. The officials had a good angle on it. 3rd down and 13. West is moved it, and they've had the ball here for a long period of time. Let's see if they can finally dent the scoreboard. Back 32-0. Gulbranson again hit as he released it, and it's incomplete. Shamblin, who was the wide receiver, actually ended up being the defender on that play to prevent the interception. Gulbranson's fortunate to get that one back.
And the person applying the pressure was Littleford. He's been doing a great job. And like you said earlier, J.J. Watt's one of his favorite players, and he mimics him, getting into the backfield as much as J.J. Watt does and influencing the quarterback. He's quicker, quick type defensive end. He's a scrappy player, too. Rushed this throw because of the pressure of Littleford.
I don't know that J.D. Watt's ever had a game like Littleford's having today, though. I mean, Littleford's been in the backfield on almost every down. 4th down and 13. Incomplete. Off of Morales' hands. Going to the turf. And the Easton Stars have held. They're coming back on the field with their offense. And once again, the blue-clad Western Stars are stymied. How frustrating is that after a beautifully conceived drive? They did everything there but score, Ralph.
It was a great drive. They just couldn't punch it into the end zone. Bend but don't break type of defense for the East Red All-Stars. They've been doing a great job this entire evening.
Clock is running with 4:10 to play in the third quarter. Johnson, good fake. Kless tossed out of bounds by Shamblin. Shamblin does everything.
You like to have athletes on your team. You can put them at any position. They're interchangeable. And Shamblin's the guy at quarterback, put him at running back, outside at wide receiver. He's a playmaker, and he's a guy that doesn't complain. Play 4 quarters and give 100%. And right now, he's giving his all. That's the type of player you want on your team at any level.
Kless, who had that reception, had a touchdown in the first half. Throw near side is brought into the 40-yard line. There's a rocket thrown to Evan Haber. Jason Ward was on that side as well, and it was Ward that came up with it.
Yeah, and Ward's from the Santa Clarita Redskins, and he's a big body. Scoring touchdown like that with a big catch radius, that's what you like as a quarterback, to have a big wide receiver like Jason Ward.
Now they throw back to the other side. This is a diversified offense, and we know who this is. He returned the opening kickoff for a touchdown. That's Isaiah Creech, ladies and gentlemen. And he, too, is a big-time candidate for your MVP. That was a marvelous run after the catch. He moves the sticks. He's brought the ball just across the 50-yard line and into West Territory.
Well, he plays with a chip on his shoulder. Plays angry, uses his hands to fight off and fend off defenders. Nice shifty player as well. And Creech, he's going to make some hay when he gets into high school.
Johnson wants more. Nearly got a big play. Just off the hands of Jason Ward. Put it out there for Jason, who nearly made a circus catch laying out.
Yeah, and Morales was in coverage. Nice job running down the sideline, stride for stride, pinning him against the sideline. And you look at the position of that throw by Gil Branson. Nice job putting it on the money, but Morales disrupted it just enough and got that hand up there.
2.5 minutes to play in the third quarter. 32-0 for the team with the ball. Here's Walker into the secondary and diving down to the 43-yard line. About 3 yards shy of the first down. It'll bring up 3rd down and 3. That's Tyler Walker. He explodes out of the backfield as well. Got jet speed. Third down, we'll call it closer to 4 yards needed. We've reached 2 minutes to play in the third. Didn't expect this one-sided of a matchup. East struggling to get into an alignment, took a lot of time, and false start. They were nearly down on the clock as well. They were about to have a delay, but they took the false start, and that'll cost them 5 yards. Again, Merv Wilson is our lead official. In a game that has been dominated by the East. Third down and about 10 to go. Quick pitch. Walker being spun around, and there's a flag at the point of contact. So one would think he was taken down illegally. This could be a break. No, it's going to be a hold on the offense. Wow, that's a surprising call. He refused, you would think, with the loss anyway, and it is declined. And that was thrown. Didn't you think, Ralph, that was going to be like an illegal takedown?
Well, it was a little bit before the takedown, kind of immediately when Shamlin got into the backfield. No, sometimes, you don't know with the referees what they're going to call, and Shamlin got in the backfield so quickly, just grabbed the jersey, and they rallied and dropped him for the loss.
Fourth down play over the middle. This one is caught. Big play again. Jason Ward has come up big in this fourth quarter. Move those sticks. Another big-time play by Jason Ward.
Jason Ward just popped up in the scene in this third quarter. He started to be a big target. After he catches the football, that yards after contact makes a good play down the football field and moves the sticks.
East has made all the big plays today. Started with the opening kickoff, the Creech return for a score. They've been playing downhill. They've been playing with a chip on their shoulder. Johnson busting out of there, and there he goes inside the 25-yard line. Bruce Mathis-Powell finally got him to the ground.
And if you're on defense, it's hard to get a beat of this offense. They have so many different type plays that they run, bunch formations, misdirection, quarterback keeps, then they hit you on the big pass play. It's tough to get a beat on the offense just like this.
Final half minute of the third quarter. Johnson hiding the football, and then he goes. Lost a yard. Wonderful defense to slow him down, and it was Gabe Colin that made the stop. Final 15 seconds. No reason really for the Red to run another play here. They have a 32-0 lead. They won't scrimmage again until the fourth quarter begins. They have been splendid. After 3, the Eastern Stars decked out in red with 32. The Blue Stars are feeling bluish right now. They have nothing. 32-0 for the East. We begin the fourth quarter. 32-0. Team in red leads. They have a second down and 11, threatening again. Their quarterbacks have run the ball very well tonight. That's Nick Wyatt, who's checked back in after Zach Johnson piloted the team in the third quarter. Nick Wyatt's in there. Now one play in, one play out, because here comes Zach again. Boy, Zach strapped that helmet on. He wanted to get back there in a hurry, and he's in there quickly.
Well, he's a tough quarterback, tough character, big heart player. It's hard to keep the guy off the football field, and he's a leader. Getting back out there, showing his guys that grit, and he wants to finish this drive off for his offense.
Been a great year for Zach Johnson. He won an Open Championship. No, that's the other Zach Johnson, the golfer. That one's thrown incomplete. Same name, different chap. Both gifted. I want to thank JD Media's group. They helped out with the production, all their staff, led by Big Game Jake Downey, that familiar voice, the play-by-play artistry that he gave us in the junior game. He is the executive producer of JD Media Sports, all his crew for doing a terrific job all day long, covering 4 games. Great viewing for you because of JD Media today. Of course, the PYFL, their entire staff. And Johnson back to the air for Creech, and he just missed him on the post. Creech thought he was held. .10:21 left before East and their players can celebrate. That was a 4th down play, so the West will get it back. Really, the most intriguing aspect of the game is, can the West score?
Yeah, it's been tough. Tough sledding for the blue team this entire ball game, and they can get something mustered up here. You look at the series previous to this one for the blue team. Shamblin got loose with that vision, nice blockers on the interior, and he's the key to this offense. If they can do it again, use his legs, get some throws down the football field, or break out in the pocket for big runs.
Well, there's a reason he's known as Ramblin' Shamblin. He can tuck it and go. We've compared him all evening to Steve Young, who's now doing commentary for ESPN. And Shamblin will take off right up the middle, and he's got a crease. He found a fissure, folks, and he's out across the 30-yard line. This Ty Shamblin's a football player.
So creative, and if you can utilize your offensive line to dictate terms and take charge of that line of scrimmage, Shamblin will be able to make some more plays like that down the field.
Runs for 11 yards and a 1st down. Wonderful stadium here, too, in Palmdale, the high school. Great facilities. Palmdale always has a good football team here, too, as well. Here's a long pass to the near side, incomplete. Intended for Caleb Cafaro. Again, Cafaro's dad is the offensive coordinator. Trying to get his son involved there. Clock is running with 8:30 left. They, at times, are playing with a running clock because of the discrepancy in the score here at 32-0. Now, we've seen it in high school football a lot this year, Ralph. We've covered a lot of games in the LA City and seen the running clock at 35-0. Did a number of Narbonne games, and Narbonne ran the clock on everyone. It was a running clock in all the Marine League games and even some of their playoff games. Here's Shamblin going to the air, and he's picked. There he goes again. JD just did it. Touchdown. Well, we know who Charlie Downey's going to speak to. Number 26 is spectacular. J.D. Hernandez.
And what can this guy not do on the offensive side of the ball, getting into the end zone, and a natural at the safety position, watching the eyes of Shamblin, shuffling to the play and getting that interception with soft hands. And then when he catches the football, he turns on the offensive skills and has a nose for the end zone. And you're not going to catch him, folks, once he gets open.
Oh, another touchdown for the red-clad Eastern Stars. They've called a timeout. They have not put the touchdown up on the board after J.D. scored another score. It figures that J.D. Media would do all the games, and J.D. Hernandez would be the MVP on our last game. Only fitting, don't you think?
Well, he's been fun to watch, and he's a big body. Great job at the running back position with great vision on that defensive side, too. Makes plays on the back end. Almost came up with another interception if he would have went up with 2 hands. But right there, watching the eyes of Shamblin. Nice job shuffling, looking up the wide out, coming downhill on the slant. Snatches that ball off and gets downhill and gets into the end zone to galvanize the Red East All-Stars once again.
Still wondering why they haven't put the extra points on the board. Maybe the scoreboard operator got tired after what we've seen from the East in this game. Still haven't put the 6 up there. It should be 38. It says 32. Lined up for the extra point. It looks like we might have a kick. We might have a kick. Well. J.D. Hernandez will hold. We know that. He does everything. And Stein's going to go for it here. A placement for Cameron Stein. Not going to get there. Partially blocked. And it remains 38-0, and the clock begins to run again. And why it says 32 on the scoreboard, one must wonder. You like the running clock? Or would you like to see a regular game and let the kids play more?
I like the running clock. Once it gets to a certain point in the game, I feel like the game sometimes is out of hand, and that running clock is good, because if you don't have a running clock, sometimes the team that's leading by so many points, and in this case it's 38 by the Red All-Stars, there's no running clock. This can get out of hand, and to get out of hand in a hurry. I think that running clock helps the team that's down by at least 4 touchdowns or more.
And now once it is above 35, much like the high schools, they have started the running clock, and it's running right now. It's at 6:20, and folks, this game's going to end quickly now with the running clock. And for the West, you got to feel bad. They've made some plays, but they just were never able to finish drives. And they ran into really, a great player in Creech and an astounding performance, really, in J.D. Hernandez. I mean, you can go to hundreds, maybe even thousands of football games, and you won't see a better performance than we saw tonight from J.D. Hernandez. 2 interceptions for touchdowns on defense, and offensively, he was very good as well. Scored there. Also had a 2-point run. Just did it all. Kick will stay in bounds and must be picked up along the near side. Bruce Mathis-Powell running with it. And running hard out to the 28-yard line. Bruce Mathis-Powell's played hard tonight for the blue team. Both offensively and on the specialty units, and certainly on defense.
Yeah, and he's one of those guys that you got to question and see, why doesn't he get the ball more on offense? You look at what he does on special teams, on the kickoff return spot with that speed to the outside, and if you add him to this offense, getting the ball in his hands, maybe some screens, maybe some down-the-field passes, this Blue All-Star team might be on the board right now.
What's on the board right now is a running clock. We're approaching 5 minutes left, and like we said, it will expire quickly with the clock running. Branson's out there, and that pass is incomplete. And even on the incompleted ball, the clock will continue to run. So we're down to 4:45, and well, Ralph, it's been a long day, a fun day. Saw some great football. The West won the first 3 games in the Bantam and Midget. Then they won the junior game, but not here, not in the senior division. The best of the best is the Eastern Stars in red. The best all-star team this year, 2015, in the PYFL. Second down. Branson needs 10. Another one that's incomplete. Targeting Hugo Verto. He took a pop there from Owen Hand, and Owen Hand's another guy that has played big for the Red. Under 4 minutes to play.
The Santa Clarita Redskins have some good players out there. Owen Hand is one of them, making a lot of plays off the edge, linebacker position, standing up sometimes, and right there in coverage also. Can do it all on defense. Stay in your hip pocket too.
Branson into traffic, incomplete. Bryce Mack's come out there. He's a defensive back they're high on. Where's number 25? In fact, they didn't even throw to his side. They don't want to contend with Bryce.
Well, Bryce is one of those guys that got that good short area quickness, gets in and out of his breaks, can high point the football as well. When he catches the ball, gets an INT, he turns into an offensive player and knows what to do with it. If he gets a chance in this situation, you'll see what he can do. Great player, good cornerback as well.
These running clocks amaze me. We're at 3 minutes now, and it's great for the team ahead. They can go celebrate here in just a couple minutes. For the team behind, it's tough. Branson's going to get hit. It's dropped back at the 25-yard line. Really, they're just playing out the string at this point. Just want to make sure that nobody gets hurt. Game's decided. Seen great showcase players. We've already billboarded it for you. Charlie Downey is going to interview J.D. Hernandez in just a couple minutes. You'll see that exclusively here. It looks like the East is going to get a shutout to boot. They're up 38-0, and yes, they have finally put the 6 additional points up on the scoreboard here at Palmdale, and it is 38-0. Ball's on the ground. And the Blue got it back. So after giving it up on downs, the West gets it right back as the East coughs it up. A rare error by the Eastern Stars. So maybe the West in the final minute 45, if they can hustle and get out there, because again, the clock's running. 145, 144. They have to get down the field 75 yards. It's not going to be easy, but they still have at least a chance to score here. East changing on the fly. A lot of players still trying to get off the field. Same for the West. With that running clock, everyone's in a rush. Shamblin right up the middle. Ty Shamblin cuts to the near side. Now back to the inside. He's still going. He's still on his feet. Out to the 42-yard line. For a moment there, I thought we might see the run of the century.
When Shamblin shows so shifty out in the open field, and right now he's down and might have lost his win on the play, but he made so many people miss on the East Red team. What a tremendous athlete. He's been giving his all this entire evening and playing the quarterback position, quarterback keeps, and making plays on the defensive side as well. And right now, that young man he's laid it all on the football field, and everyone knows it.
Now, they did take a timeout. Your timeouts do kill the clock, so there's a minute left exactly. Shamblin is okay, hobbled a little bit as he goes to that far sideline. You know he wants to come back in, but really, do you want to send him back out there? I mean, he just took a punishing hit after a terrific scramble. You can't win the football game. He's proved his point. We know how good he is. Might add some extra time on the clock. They put up 11 minutes and 50 seconds. We know there's not going to be that much time. We'll be here a while if it's 11:50. Now they've adjusted to 1:15. So the intrigue here is still with us. Will the West score? Of course, if you throw the football, you know that J.D. Hernandez is back there in coverage. Pass incomplete. And now the clock is running. Again, it is the running clock. Ball thrown to Cafaro, but he couldn't reel it in. Again, Hunter Williams is the guy with the blazing speed, 24. And guess who's back? Ty Shamblin is back. This guy's got a heart of gold.
I love players like him, and he's not going to end the season going out and watching his teammates try to win this game. He wants to get back in there, Coach, and that's the type of player he is. Let's see what he does on this play.
40 seconds left. He has nothing to prove, but he wants to be out there for his teammates. Throwing it down the field. There's nobody there. He was under pressure. Didn't want to take the sack, but the clock is running. Clock down to 20 seconds left. Can they get into the playoff or take the timeout? They're going to take the timeout with 17.8. I'm amazed that Ty Shamblin went back out there.
When you have someone like him who loves the game of football, it's hard to sit on the sidelines and watch your teammates finish a game off, and I understand that feeling. It's hard to be on those sidelines. You know you can contribute, and you know you're healthy. You want to get back out there, and your coach will allow you to do so, and I think it is commendable to let Shamblin get back on that field and try to make some hay in his last football game of the season.
Well, he's hobbled a little bit, but he's going out there. He's softly running on that left foot, it looks like, but got enough left in the tank to finish this one off with 17.8 to play. With Ralph Brown, my name is Randy Rosenbaum. So thrilled you've been with us for our senior division, PYFL big boy game, we call it. It's the best of the best. You're watching the future stars of tomorrow today. A little reverse. Cafaro looking to throw it. Incomplete. Trying to get that timeout called, and they do with 6.1 second left. That should be their final timeout of the game, so this will be their last play of the night. Well, I would think that Shamblin will have something to do with this play. Would you run with him here and see if he could break one for 60 yards?
Yeah, I think at the quarterback position, you try to put the ball in Shamblin's hand, but at the same time, if he can't get into the end zone, you go for pitchbacks and try to see if you can at least get into the end zone on one last play for the Blue All-Stars.
Final 6.1 seconds. And this one will be over. It's a fourth down play, but that's elementary. Shamblin throwing it. It's going to be a hook and ladder. Ball's on the ground. Picked up by Littleford, and he's going to finish this off with a touchdown. How do you do? That's how this football game ends. Tayden Littleford takes it in, and it's 44-0, and there's no more time left on the clock.
Randy, what a game this evening by the Red All-Stars this entire game. Doing the job on the offensive side of the ball and the defense. And that play right now, the hook and lateral, the fortuitous bounce to Littleford, bounces right up to him because of his hot pursuit on the backside. Gets the ball, charges in with that great speed, and gets into the end zone for another touchdown for the Red All-Stars.
And the final score is 44-0 for the Eastern Stars. Our MVP, J.D. Hernandez, and he's with our Charlie Downey.
Thanks, Randy. JD, you guys just won. What was going through your mind?
Just happy that we came out and came ready to play, and everybody was excited. It's their last year of playing PYFL football, youth football, and off to high school, so I'm just glad we showed up to play.
You had 2 pick sixes. How do you think you responded when that ball was thrown? Gut feeling?
I was just like, if that ball's in the air, I'm going after it, and I'm scoring. No, one way or another, I'm scoring. But it was a great feeling getting 2 pick sixes today. So.
And you run, too. You're a running back.
Yeah.
How was that when you scored that running touchdown, too?
It was a lot of adrenaline, especially because I was nervous. I was like, I don't know if I'm a scorer, but I just kept driving and driving. I just found the end zone, so I was happy.
So today, JD, you are our MVP. So, there you go.
Thank you.
Thanks, JD. I'm on the field here with Coach Elliott. Coach, you just won. What's going through your mind right now?
Nothing. I'm just glad that the boys showed up and had a really good game.
It's all about fun, right?
Absolutely.
Who do you think was your MVP besides our MVP?
I was actually really happy with my entire defense. They played well and they fought to the end.
Why did you decide to go with that kick at the end?
Because we wanted our kicker to be able to come out here and show what he's capable of. So.
This is the first time we've been able to see players actually kick on the field for a field goal. First time tonight.
Right on.
So thanks for giving us that experience. Yeah. Congrats, Coach.
Thank you.
Back to you, Randy.
Thank you, Charles, and a job well done, and a youngster with quite a future, Charles Downey, and another youngster with a great future, J.D. Hernandez, who was pretty good tonight. Ralph, your final thoughts, not only on this game, but on the entire morning, afternoon, and evening here at Palmdale.
Well, what an exceptional day to come out and see all these All-Stars come out and play their hearts out the entire day, entire game. It's been fun. All 4 games have been fun, but you talk about this game, the Red All-Stars, the first red team to win this entire day. They finish it off and put a stamp on the Red All-Stars and finish this game off tonight. Lots of fun. Fun working with you.
Thank you, Ralph. 3 defensive touchdowns for the Red Eastern Stars. And again, I want to thank our entire JD Media crew for a long day and night in Palmdale. For Charlie Downey and for my good buddy Ralph Brown. My name is Randy Rosenbaum. Score one more time is the East. The team in red, 44. The blue-clad West Stars come up with no points in this one. 44-0 for the East. So long from Palmdale, California.